Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. We are from Group 7 of Office Administration, Diploma 3, Class A 2020 in Universitas Negeri Jakarta. We would like to present to you a presentation about understanding human relation. First of all, my Honorable Ma'am Susan Febriantina as a lecturer of Business English Course 1 and for all of our beloved friends. Next, I will introduce to you our group member. They are Astuty Rihanna, Mila Febrianti, and myself, Putri, Sekar, Arum, Cipto, Rini. The first material will be explained by Astuty Rihanna. For Astuty Rihanna, you are pleased to present your material.
First, definition of a human relation. We can define human relation as a relation with or between people, particularly in a workplace or professional setting. 1. Human relation, according to the Liang-Ji, human relation is an interaction, not just a passive relationship or relationship, but an activity that is action-oriented to develop more productive and satisfying results. 2. Human relation, according to Zinun, human relation as a field of management activity is more a process of integrating human in a work situation so that they can be encouraged to work together productive in order to achieve predetermined goals. 3. Human relation according to Haberner. Human relation is a relationship between two or more human individual and the behavior of one individual influencing, changing, and improving the behavior of other individual or each person. 4. Human relation according to F&D. Human relation, namely, first, in a broad sense, human relation is a persuasive communication carried out by one person to another face-to-face in all situations and in all areas of life, giving rise to happiness and satisfaction of both parties. B. In a narrow sense, human relation is a persuasive communication carried out by one person to another in a work situation and in a work organization with the aim of working with the spirit of productive cooperation with feeling of happiness and satisfaction. 5. Human relation according to F. Rachmadi. Human relation are a formal world series between superiors and subordinates. Superiors and superiors, and subordinate that must be nurtured and managed in such a way as to create teamwork and an intimate and harmonious work atmosphere in order to achieve goals. Next, benefit of good human relation. The benefit of having good human relation skill. First, in most business to be successful at our job, we need to depend on others. Second, the organizational structure relies on people working together so that positive human relation skill have the benefit of reducing workplace conflict. Third, having good human relation within the company can prevent misunderstanding between leader and subordinates. Or the benefit of having good relationship with other people have to do with your personal happiness. 5. Of the top 10 reasons people are fight, several reasons relate back to lack of human relation skill. Therefore, the establishment of good human relation is important. Nonetheless, in fact, according to personal development guru Brian Tracy, 85% of your success in life is determined by your social skill and your ability to interact positively and effectively with other people.
Thank you, Astuti. The next is human relation, technology, and globalization. Technology has a big impact on human relation. For example, when we are communicating through chatting, we cannot see people gesture, body language, intonation, and expression. Sometimes it might create conflicts and misunderstanding. So obviously, those are affect human relation. Through globalization and technology, people are easily to work with other people from around the world with different time zone and perspective. Organizations nowadays are focused on how to saving workers' commute times through technology. Based on overall work special report, there are 26.2 workers who telecommute at least once a month. Telecommute means employees work from a remote place rather than their office. Based on global workplace analytics, there are some benefits of telecommuting. The first is improved employee satisfaction. Through telecommute, people can balance their work life and their personal life. Second, reduce unscheduled absence. Sometimes, in some condition and occasion, people cannot come to the office. So, through telecommute, the workers still can get their job done whenever they are in. And the last, increase productivity. When the workers are in the family event or event, they can still get their job done. So there are no job neglects. Nevertheless, there are also some hierarchy of telecommute based on global workplace analytics. The first is your personal life might not be met. When you work at home, to be exact, you can only focus on one thing, whether you get your job done or do the other things like take care of the children or cleaning the house. So it might not work. And second is people must be self-direct. When you are in the event or in some occasion and the place is not conducive, or you get easy to get distracted by something, the first thing is when you telecommute is you need to be good at self-direct. And the last, the employee must be comfortable with the technology or it will not work. The only way to connect yourself with the other employee in the office is by technology. When you are about to do some telecommuting, you need to be learn at least some important office technologies. Next will be explained by Mila Febrianti.
The next is human relations perception effects. The importance of perception for human relations. Perception is the recognition and interpretation of sensory stimuli based upon our memory. In other words, it is the way you interpret data around you. The data could come from sight, smell, touch, taste, and hearing. For example, if you wake up in the morning to the smell of coffee, your perception is likely correct that your roommate is already awake. The challenge with perception in human relations is that we may not always understand someone else's perception and or assume their perception is our own. This is where disagreements and other communication issues can occur. The next is what influence our perceptions. There are a number of things that influence our perceptions. Relatable to personal psychology for life and work. First, our heredity can be major influencers of our perception. Age, skin color, and gender influence the way we see the world. Our needs impact our perception as well. Psychological needs, such as food and water or lack thereof, can influence how we feel about certain situations. For example, when you are hungry, it will have an impact on your ability to socialize with other people. You may have found yourself less patient to listen because you were concerned about when you were going to eat. Our peer group can also impact our perception. Our peers tend to determine what is desirable or undesirable, thereby giving us information on how to interpret data around us. For example, suppose a supervisor uses Skype to conduct meetings because her perception is that it is an efficient way to do business. It is highly likely that others in your work group will perceive it as a useful tool also. Our interests impact our perception. Your perception of work is very different than someone who can stand the job and is looking for a position with a different company. Our expectations are another driver of our perceptions. For example, research performed by Ronald Melzek suggests our expectation about how much something will hurt alters our perception after the fact. A halo effect or reverse halo effect can also alter our perception. The halo effect assumes that if a person has one trait we like, that all traits must be desirable. The reverse halo effect is we find a undesirable trait in someone, we assume our traits are undesirable. Awareness of our own perceptions and what drives those perceptions is a key component to being successful at work. If we know why we believe something to be good, right, fair, negative, or unfair based on our perception, we can begin to let go of some of our misperception. As a result, developing good relationship at work, respect, and mutual understanding can create a better workplace. Okay, next will be explained by Putri Sekar.
Thank you, Mila. The next is self-confidence. Self-confidence is a belief in ourselves and also in our abilities. Self-esteem is an opinion about ourselves and also a perspective about our value as a person. Self-confidence and self-esteem are the example of a positive human relation, which if a person are confident in themselves, they all will be able to comfortable in communication and working as a team. According to George Hollenbeck and Douglas Hall, there are some self-confidence sources. The first is actual experience. The actual experience is when you accomplishing something or success on something, you will be able to feel confidence in the next task. The second is experience of others. When you see your friends or other person achieve something great, you think you can do the same thing. The third is social comparison. When you see your friends with a similar ability to do something great, in your thought you can do the same thing even great. The fourth is social persuasion. You will be feel energized or a boost when your friends or family are encouraging you to do something. And the last is emotional arousal. Emotional arousal is an inner feeling about how passionate are you to accomplish a certain task. The last is improving our self-confidence. There are some ways to improving our self-confidence. The first is use positive self-talks and visual imaginaries. Positive self-talks is to say something comforting to ourselves like, I can do this, I can do the great things. And the visual imaginary is we imagine ourselves already accomplish something great. The second is taking risks. Not all taking risks can boost our confidence, but it can help us to complete our tasks. And the third is accomplish. When we accomplish something great, we can feel confidence in any other task. The fourth is knowing your strength and weakness. When you are knowing your strength and weakness and only focusing on your strength, you can improve your self-confidence. The last is choosing to spend time with people who can boost your self-esteem. Be friends with people with positive energy also can give you positive energy, and also it can gain our confidence. Thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoy our video, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.